We've been following the delays at the ports of entry throughout the day to learn more about the impact this is having on truckers who rely on making these deliveries to earn a living.
And today, ABC7's Heriberto Perez was in Juarez to talk to drivers caught up in the delays at the Isleta Zaragoza port of entry.
And he tells us about the concerns this is causing south of the border.
It's an international bridge, don't know when this blockade will end. After spending hours at the bridge, some of them told me that they are supporting each other. The lack of commerce in and out of the border is having a direct impact on the truckers' income, and this could lead to a rise in prices to consumers here in Texas. One of those drivers, Jorge Rodriguez, says they have to make deliveries in order to get paid.
No percibimos ningún sueldo, no tenemos sueldo base, sino que nosotros ganamos bien, sí, ganamos bien, pero simplemente cuando estamos cruzando exportaciones y nos traigamos importaciones.
Business at the border will also be affected. I spoke with Manuel Sotelo. He's the president of the Juarez Transporters Association, who is worried about the effect this will have on international commerce.
No afecta nada más al transporte, afecta toda la cadena logística de comercio exterior.
The situation with the truckers has worsened. Right now what we are seeing is this right now, long lines of truckers stuck here at the Isleta Zaragoza International Bridge on the Mexican side. Some business owners had to take measures because of the ongoing situation.
No creo que Estados Unidos y México resistan mucho tiempo con esta situación.
As of now, no one knows when's this blockade going to end. Truckers are still waiting for a response from authorities because all they want to do is do their job. In Juarez, Heriberto Perez, ABC7.
The Santa Teresa port of entry is also being affected by Governor Abbott's orders despite being located in New Mexico. The executive director of the Border Industrial Association tells ABC7 Soul Signs the port was closed to commercial vehicles for the better part of the day, but opened up around 5:30, about 30 minutes ago.
Earlier this afternoon, members of a truckers organization on the Mexican side of Santa Teresa were telling drivers to hold the line and not enter the U.S. ABC7 Soul Signs joins us live now from Santa Teresa. And Soul, what sort of movement are you seeing at the port of entry now?
Well, Eric and Stephanie, this is what we're seeing for the most part. A lot of passenger vehicles coming through down this road. But just east of this port of entry is where truckers come in, and we have been seeing a steady flow of truck drivers, commercial vehicles, which you'll be able to see some in the far end over by that yellow building. They're starting to come through. Now, Jerry Pacheco with the Border Industrial Association tells me that they were preparing for something like this over the weekend. They were seeing slowdowns, but they were not prepared for a complete stop in traffic, which is exactly what they got. They had a halt in traffic throughout the day, to the point that New Mexico officials, law enforcement officials, went into the Mexico side of Santa Teresa. They explained to them, look, the order in Texas is in Texas. It's not in New Mexico. You don't have to worry about those inspections. And so apparently that worked. Now this traffic, commercial vehicular traffic, has opened up over here. However, it did have an impact, or at least they were under the impression that would have an impact on the commercial traffic and, of course, the bottom line. Let's listen to Jerry Pacheco.
We were helping to steer the commerce and keep it going, but this action today put a big disruption in that.
What kind of dollars are we talking about here that are being lost?
Millions. For every minute that a truck is stuck at the port of entry, there's money being lost. And that exacerbates an already strained supply chain.
And of course, since this is the only day that this has happened where a commercial vehicle wasn't coming through, commercial traffic wasn't coming through, he doesn't have an exact figure as to what sort of impact it was, but Jerry Pacheco tells me he'll be studying this to try to determine exactly how much money was lost today because of what's going on in Texas. For now, reporting live at the Santa Teresa port of entry, Saul Saenz, ABC7.
As the saying goes, time is money. All right, so